Hi you guys, it is your girl Fontaine Felicia Foxworth back on Melanade Stand, and I am just bringing up my sage and my Palo Santo to cleanse my space, my inner space, you know what I mean, and cleanse this room that I'm in. We all should be doing this, and even though we're in the house, why not, keep your space sacred and smoked out, all right? And speaking of smoked out, I'm gonna have some bomb ass pre-rolls to offer you guys very, very soon. I'm likely going to do a pre-sale for the pre-rolls while supplies last, but I am so excited. Okay guys, so it's going to be really, really good. Top shelf flower and my own herbal house MelanadeRX blends. Moving into this new period that we talked about, it's going to be really important to do things more intentionally, intentionally healing and putting things into our bodies that will help us continue to expand and consciously step into a new era in humanity. Also, that is big. And we can achieve that with plant-based medicine, y'all. Just starting with, with that internal spiritual healing and goodness, all right? This video is about the upcoming consciousness shifts that is hitting us right now as we enter this recovery phase, humanity recovery phase, healing from consciousness colonization. I will be breaking up how these shifts are hitting us in 3 different groups because everyone is on their own journey at different times, okay? And so at the end of the day, all of this energy is hitting us wherever we are. All right, so whatever resonates with you, you can whatever group you resonate more with, this is likely to be the energetic message for you when it comes to what is happening. And I will also break it up from internally, what's happening internally, ethereally, spiritually, and then what maybe you may be experiencing externally. Okay, so for level 1, that would be people who, and I hate to say it, and I probably should stop saying it because it could be derogatory to people who, would feel offended. And so I'm learning to, to change my thought pattern because before you know it, y'all, ain't gonna be no sleeping people on earth because this is the great shift, okay? So I would refer to these people as those without any experience with spiritual awakening at all. Skeptics, perhaps, maybe not religious, so they're more open to different ideologies and ideas or influences. Someone who's like super, like just really connected in the matrix in that sense. Just someone who doesn't think about spiritual awakening. So this is that group. All right, so what we got was the 3 of Pentacles, and it was reversed, and the 2 of Wands, and it was also reversed. So let's break this down between inner and outer. So let's start with the external experiences that this level 1 group of people with minimal spiritual awakening background might be dealing with. People are really going to be kind of having withdrawals, like withdrawal symptoms from the matrix, and kind of malfunctioning when not out and about, when your mind is not occupied by the busyness of everyday life. People in level 1 or group 1 will be really having a hard time figuring out how to kind of occupy themselves and be present in a way that they hadn't needed to before when so connected to the matrix. Anyone who is dependent upon the government or politics, start to be kind of torn away from that being, the most congested part of what they think about. That connection to dependency on the matrix, literally being uprooted, uprooted and disconnected from the, that everyday living the life. That is the magic in this consciousness shift for this group of people, because for the first time for many of them, those who are possibly skeptical about anything that is extrasensory or anything of that nature, magic, spirituality, crystals, whatever the case, now forcefully people will be having to sit with themselves to get quiet enough and still enough to even begin to hear their souls whisper, calling on them to wake up. People who have never, tapped into synchronicities, people who have never really thought of their dreams to be more significant than they are, but just dreams, you know. All these people are going to start to, in droves, start waking up at the bottom, at the beginning of the spiritual awakening journey. And it's going to be tough for a lot of people. Think about your spiritual awakening journey if you done been through it, you know. So on the inner level, in the ethereal level, a lot of souls, higher souls, are going to be able to reach y'all and touch you and feel you, in the sense that it's time to wake up. And I think that that's an amazing thing. On the external level, as I said, people are going to begin malfunctioning, almost like I got to get back. So many folks just want to get back to the old way because that's all they have known. That's all they have been Stockholm syndromed into. And when I say that, just kind of connected to a way of life that doesn't serve them and that actually is against all that is divine within themselves. The Three of Pentacles really means like structures and institutions. So all of these things being broken apart, and now people are just kind of like lost in the sauce. Like, what do I do? What can I do? Just kind of stuck with their thoughts. People are just in a state of just like shock and boredom. These people are going to start really just, it's going to hit them that life is just not going to go back to what it was at all. And that is probably super startling. And that is what now is going to jolt or trigger or catalyze a spiritual awakening in these people. They're going to be like little baby beginners stepping in this for the first time, only because things have gotten quiet enough in their worlds to start picking up on those little synchronicities. So those beginning spiritual awakening symptoms that start to happen, the racing thoughts, being unable to articulate yourself or express yourself, having so much to say all at once, you know, on the other hand, all of these very early spiritual awakening symptoms could be really starting to hit people who have been uprooted from the matrix in such an abrupt way, and now actually having the energetic silence to even begin picking up on things they have never experienced before. So this is what's happening collectively, you know, inwardly and outwardly for group level 1. It's now going to go into overdrive, y'all. So if you remember how you were when you first started getting them scattered thoughts, your mind started, you know, couldn't keep up. Imagine what it's going to be like for millions and millions of people at the same damn time, y'all. So that is group 1. Okay, so stay tuned for the next video where I discuss group 2, and that is intermediate to advanced people on the journey that is spiritual awakening. Okay, thanks for watching.